Do you know what the difference is between a chord being in root position or inverted, an inversion? And do you know what a slash chord is? If you don't know these terms, stay with me until the end of this video and you are going to be so much smarter and your songwriting is going to be able to go to the next level. I'm going to switch so you can see my hands. Okay, so we're talking about inversions and slash chords. So everything I've shown so far, when I've shown you my hands, if you're following me chronologically, I've played all the chords in root position, meaning that a major chord has the major third on the bottom, a minor third on the top. Major third is two whole steps, and a minor third is a half step and a whole step, okay? So to invert it, you're just simply changing the order, so now it's a minor third and then a perfect fourth, or a perfect fourth and a major third. Okay, now this may not seem like a big deal, but if you're playing with your left hand, you can keep the right hand in root position and just change the note in the left hand, and it's still an inversion. Okay? Now that is inverted chords. So let me show you an example of a very, common chord progression. So see, I'm inverting in the left hand, or I'm sorry, I'm inverting it in the right hand, but the left hand is on the root. So this is still root position, even though I'm not doing it like this. This is still root position. So here's a chord progression. So this is 1. Well, I'll play it all in root position first. So that's 1, 5, minor 6, 4. But you can do a walk down in the bass, so you have this stepwise movement in the bass. So it's 1, 5 over 7, minor 6, 4. It's a very common chord progression. And actually, now that's someone like you, Adele, but did you notice it's not a 5 chord? That goes to a minor 3 over 7. Look at that. That song doesn't have the 5 chord in that progression. A lot of people think it does. That just goes to show that you can always take a chord and substitute, or experiment anyway, try substituting the chord that's a third down. And because when you keep it in a minor 3 instead of the 5, you can still keep that note going. See, that note that's staying with the chord the whole time. And it's also darker. Instead of, it's just got a little bit more of a darker emotion, which is appropriate for someone like you, for the lyric. Okay, slash chords are different. Slash chords are when you take a chord and it's not an inversion, but it is putting it over a chord, over a note that isn't in the chord. You can do that to kind of create some suspense. So like I just put some chords over the 5. So here's 1, 4, 5 in root position, right? But I did 1 and then 4, and then you can put the 5 over the 4. That is a slash chord. That's 5 over 4. This note is not part of this triad. That's what a slash chord is. So those can be kind of cool, but the thing to be aware of is that they were really popular in the 80s big ballads like Chicago. Off the Chicago 17 album, you'll hear a bunch of slash chords. So it might sound a little dated, but it might not. It might not. But like, flat major 7 over the 1. You can experiment. Sometimes you can build momentum by having your whole verse pedaling over the one. You know, like you pedal it over the one, and then when you want to take off at the chorus, you can, it suddenly has way more movement to it because now you're moving the root with the chord. So slash chords can be really, really cool and useful if you use them in a smart way to create tension or just interest, oral interest, but you can experiment. I hope that was helpful. Don't be afraid of experimenting and trying different things. It can really open up what your possibilities are. Follow me. I'm going to keep posting content, and I'm actually going to show examples of songs off the radio that use these types of things. So you're going to want to see that content.